educators here this evening.
So this is my second cycle getting to come through, and there are already events that I just look forward to, and this is one of them for all the right reasons.
This year of 443 students. The school has a strong history of helping their students develop the intellectual skills, curiosity, social skills, self-discipline to achieve their full potential. Bill McDonald.
And I want to let you in on a little secret. I believe in superheroes now, and I think Miss Chin is one of them. So superheroes have two things that I like to think about. So one, they have a secret identity. They look, unassuming, kind of mild. They tend to wear glasses, wear, unassuming clothes. Here we go. They tend to come from like small rural towns that you haven't heard of, like Hemet, maybe, educational blog. And if you text or tweet her at any hour of the day, she will talk education with you non-stop. That's Kathryn. Super powerful. Superwoman, Superman, they can leap buildings in a single bound. Any obstacle that comes her way, whether it's a student that's slow at learning or a schedule at an elementary school that has a million things going on, she jumps right over it. She can get all that content in and teach kids. They learn everything and she gets it all done. Amazing. Creating a... Time's up. Oh, what? I haven't even talked about her web powers yet. She brings people together. She shapeshifts. She differentiates for students. She's amazing. Anyways, I'd like to introduce to you a true superhero, an amazing teacher, Kathryn Chin. I call her Catwoman, K-A-T. Give her a round of applause.
This is perhaps the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done. But I'm going to be brave for the next few minutes because I really want to talk to you about super chickens. A few weeks ago, I was listening to a TED Talk and heard a wonderful woman. They were still individually successful, but they were not happy nor healthy. This TED Talk really resonated with me because I think that this idea of super chickens relates to teaching, and especially teaching in our community. 16 years ago, when I first started teaching at Point Neseni, I got caught up in the super chicken philosophy. Lots of homework, lots of classwork, lots of writing, lots of math, because practice makes perfect. It's easy to think that this is the answer in a district where motivated high achievers are the norm. Then I began team teaching with Michelle Marcus, who couldn't be here tonight because she just had to take her daughters to outdoor science school this week. If you've ever seen Michelle in action, you'll know that she is like a Zen master. Not only were her students high achievers, but they were happy, kind, and thoughtful. During recess, you could find her in the classroom mediating an argument between friends or conferring with a parent. Working with Michelle made me look critically at my own classroom community. Had I unknowingly been creating super chickens? My students were high achievers, but were they happy? Most. Were they kind? Usually. Were they thoughtful? Sometimes. After working with Michelle for a few years, I began investing much more time in building a supportive learning community. So thank you, Michelle, for steering me away from creating more super chickens. After teaching for 10 years, I got married and had kids of my own, 3 girls in 3 years, Lucy, Adeline, and Juliet. They couldn't be here tonight because it's way past their bedtime. But when I became a mom, I really started thinking about what kind of teacher I'd want for my daughters. I'd want a kind, enthusiastic teacher, someone to encourage their love of learning at school, just as my husband and I tried to celebrate it at home. I don't want my own girls to be super chickens. I don't want them to aspire to have the highest grades. I want them to build structures out of plastic cups and beg to read to each other and ask a million questions. So thank you to the phenomenal teachers at Vila, Silver Spur, and Rancho Vista that my girls have had so far. Thank you for not trying to turn my girls into super chickens, but rather celebrating their quirks, their energy, and enthusiasm. And thank you to my sweet girls for making me the most important kind of teacher, a mom. While I'm talking about my family, thank you to my dad for trying to surprise me by coming tonight, but also drove 2 hours, but also for surrounding me with books when I was young, instilling such a love of learning in me, and pushing me to get my master's in education. Thank you to Barbara, Karen, Bubba, that's my amazing aunt, and Uncle Stanley for driving such a long way to celebrate with me tonight. And finally, thank you to my extraordinary husband, Galen. For every wacky idea I have, his response is always, "You should totally do that." and for telling me I'm a superstar when I need to hear it the most. Currently I teach at Rancho Vista, but I taught for 14 years at Point Vicente. And I mentioned Michelle Marcus earlier. We taught together for years before she abandoned me to become a TOSA. A few months into that school year, I realized that I probably shouldn't be calling her every day at the district to ask her advice. I need one more minute. So I started relying to other teachers at Point Vicente for feedback. So thank you to my principal, Beth Hadley, Amy Sternal, and other teachers at Point Vicente for being such willing collaborators. Ever since I moved to Rancho Vista last year, I've been extremely impressed with the entire staff. They're a tight-knit family, but have been gracious and welcoming. Dr. McDonald has quite a talent for encouraging, pushing our staff to try new programs. And think critically about teaching practices. One of Bill's favorite phrases is, think of it as an opportunity for growth. So thanks, Bill, for all these opportunities. Seriously though, thank you to Dr. McDonald for encouraging me to collaborate with other teachers. There are no super chicken teachers at Rancho Vista. The staff has an amazing aptitude for supporting each other personally and learning from one another professionally. I also wanted to thank Darlene Pell, who was an aide in my classroom 14 years ago at Point Vicente. Now she's a 5th grade teacher at Rancho Vista. She's an amazing collaborator and by far my biggest cheerleader. So let me get back to those super chickens for one moment. Of course it's important to celebrate high achievers. However, in order to have a happy, healthy flock, we must not only focus on test scores and science grades. We have to collaborate and celebrate growth, but most importantly, continue to support one another. Thank you.